And Christina, tell me about the murder. How you heard it going down and how you got involved with it.
So that night I was in my townhome, and I was just typing on my computer, and I heard banging. Jen and I shared a wall, and I heard a ton of banging on the wall, as I had 2 nights before. And I typed to my husband that I was going to call the cops. He was in Australia on business. I called the cops right away. I went and checked on my son, my infant son, who was sleeping, and when I came back downstairs, I heard Jen's young daughter, Ariana, screaming, and I walked outside. We shared a patio as well that had a half wall that came up to our waists, and over the wall I saw Jen stumbling out of her apartment, and she was saying in a very husky voice and in a pained voice, "Help, help, please help me." And Jared was behind her, like grabbing her. I couldn't see a lot because it was 8:40 or so at night, and it was dark, so it was only lit by the lights from our patio. So I ran across to her patio, and by that time Jared had her on her back, and he was strangling her with his left hand, and I just thought that he was strangling her because her face was very, very red, and she was pushing up against him with both of her arms, and so I just started hitting him on the head and screaming at him to stop, and so I just kept punching him and punching him, and that's when I realized that there was this weird squishing sound happening, and I looked down, and he had a knife in his right hand, and he was stabbing her over and over and over again, and I just lost it and started screaming, "Help, help," and 2 other neighbors ran out, and I went up to one of them, and I said, "He's killing her, he's killing her, she's dying," and he ran over with me and started clapping in his face, trying to distract him, and then got on top of him and was trying to push him off by the shoulders, and he unbalanced Jared, and Jared swiped the knife at him, and the neighbor told me to run. I ran back into my place and grabbed the phone and called 911 again, screaming, where were they? And he's still on top of her, continually stabbing her, and I watched her legs flop over. I knew at that point that she was definitely dead, and he took his blue tank top off and threw it over her face, and just got up and walked back inside their home.